Hawaii is known for its beautiful beaches, unique geology, and diverse wildlife, thousands of miles away from any landmass. Given its isolated location, however, achieving 100% renewable energy by 2045 is extremely important, as it ensures Hawaii can control and sustain itself. Not only would it benefit the economy and reduce expenses from elsewhere, but a hypothetical halt in exportation would not leave us dependent on overseas production. According to the Energy Information Association, Hawaii uses 11 times more energy than it produces. 4/5 of the energy consumption is petroleum, which makes Hawaii the most petroleum-dependent state in the USA. Developing an indigenous energy supply would help retain a portion of the $1 billion yearly spent on oil imports and would broaden the job and tax bases in Hawaii, stated by the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Additionally, fossil fuels to charge electric vehicles, or EVs, in Hawaii utilize 31% fewer fossil fuels required for a similar gasoline-fueled vehicle. However, there are only 14,000 registered EVs in Hawaii out of 1.1 million registered passenger vehicles. With that said, Hawaii must increase renewable energy in the energy sector, decrease annual petroleum use from transportation, and decrease greenhouse gas emissions to be more energy sovereign with no concerns regarding import dependency.
For starters, Hawaii can become more sustainable by increasing renewable energy in the electricity sector to 40% of the total annual output by 2030. Some ways this can be achieved include installing more solar panels and building wind turbines. According to the U.S. Green Building Council, solar power systems derive clean, pure energy from the sun. Installing solar panels on your home helps to combat greenhouse gas emissions and reduces our collective dependence on fossil fuel. Additionally, wind power produces no toxic emissions and none of the heat-trapping emissions that contribute to global climate change, stated Hawaiian Electric. Renewable energy produced on the island would mean Hawaii would no longer have to pay for the cost of distribution of petroleum and petroleum itself. Consumers in the state government could then focus their money elsewhere.
Likewise, Hawaii could further be more energy sustainable by decreasing annual petroleum usage in ground transportation by 2030. Hawaii could increase the speed and scale of conversion from gasoline vehicles to electric vehicles. Thus, according to the Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, air quality would be improved due to zero direct emissions and save consumers on car maintenance. The, quote, maintenance and repair costs for electric vehicles are significantly lower over the life of the vehicle, about half than for gasoline-powered vehicles, which require regular fluid changes and are more mechanically complex. The average vehicle lifetime savings is about $4,600, end quote, according to consumerreports.org. People will have money to spend on other things instead of fixing up a car that is neither sustainable nor as efficient as an electric vehicle. Therefore, consumers would benefit substantially and freely purchase more instead of resolving car troubles as frequently.
While improving consumer and public transportation will decrease petroleum usage, reductions in greenhouse gas emissions through infrastructure to 1990 levels by 2030 will create more green leisure spaces, improve water quality, and increase property values. For the most part, improving stormwater management due to the increase in imposed risks from shifting rainfall patterns will improve water quality, stream health, and create greener infrastructure. The quality of life for those affected nearby will improve, as it would decrease the cost of gray infrastructure and greenhouse gas emissions used to correct problems such as maintenance, property damage, and other such damages. As of 2019, according to KITV News, Oahu alone spends $90 million in stormwater maintenance yearly due to pollutants and runoff. In addition, Hawaii continues to generate over 330,000 tons of recyclable waste without having a recycling facility. In spite of this, it is not economically practical for Hawaii to construct a facility. so most recyclables are either shipped elsewhere using greenhouse gas emitting transport or burned. Hence, it would be in the best interest to implement policies that cut down the usage of plastics to begin with.
To illustrate a transformation into clean energy produced utilizing solar panels can operate sustainable systems such as farms. From a small to large scale, solar panels provide a zero-emission source of energy that replaces what would have emitted greenhouse gases.
Hawaii is not energy sustainable, so increasing renewable energy and efficiency, decreasing petroleum transportation consumption, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions in Hawaii are quintessential to combat climate change and energy insecurity. To increase renewable energy and efficiency, ergo, subsidies would incentivize more energy companies to pursue renewable energy and provide cheaper costs for the consumers to win over the competition. On the other hand, decreasing annual petroleum usage could be accomplished by implementing subsidies for companies and further incentives for consumers to use efficient public transit, electric vehicles, or on-foot methods. A crystal clear example of a start towards better, more sustainable public transit is the Honolulu Rail Transit Project. Despite rail being unexpected to finish until 2026 as of reporting, progress could be accelerated as it demonstrates an electric future, minimizing petroleum usage from what is currently 36 million barrels produced yearly. Moreover, reducing annual statewide greenhouse gas emissions will be intertwined with transportation approaches. However, Hawaii could also implement stricter policies reducing plastic other than the current plastic bag ban law. For instance, Kenya banned plastic entirely in 2017. In 2020, the country was reportedly significantly cleaner, with 80% of the population no longer using plastic carrier bags. Ideally, Hawaii manages to achieve 70% clean energy with 40% from renewable sources and 30% from efficiency, with a view towards 100% renewable energy by 2045. But ultimately, immeasurable adjustments and transformations are necessary to create a clean energy Hawaii.